Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. Thank you all so much for joining. I'm going to give about a second or two to let everyone join in. But again, thank you all so much for joining today's Master in Management webinar with Gies Online Programs. While we give a minute for all of our participants to join in, I do want to mention that we do have this QR code currently on the screen on the bottom right. If you want to get connected with our team, you can definitely scan that QR code. And if you have questions about the iMSM program or just any of our options, you can feel free to just connect with our team. They could be able to put you on that right path and help you find what you're looking for. Okay, I'll give it about one more second. Wonderful. Well, I'll get us started for today. Thank you all so much again for joining in. I'm Roxana Madani. I'm a coordinator here with Gies Online Programs, and I work mainly with our recruitment and admission side. So I'm really excited to be here with you all for the next hour. We're going to be going over our Master of Science in Management, our iMSM program. And I am also joined by our student ambassador, Sonal Desai, and she's going to be highlighting her experiences with Gies Online throughout this webinar as well. So Sonal, could you just start off by telling us a bit more about yourself, your background, and why you chose the iMSM program?
Hi, my name is Sola Desai, and I am IMSM student at Gies, and enjoying my lifelong journey of knowledge here. And welcome everyone, and I'm excited for this webinar. Thank you.
You so much. And kind of just to get us started for today's webinar, we do want to see really quickly where everyone's joining us from. These webinars do mock a lot of our actual live courses that we have and that high engagement aspect of the courses. So since we have a very big global program for all of our master's degrees, it's really interesting just to see who's joining us from all over the globe. So if it's okay, I'm going to put this quick poll on the screen, and then you can either use the QR code on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, or just the link on the left-hand side, and you'll be able to put in just where you're located from so we can see where everyone's joining. You can also put it in the chat if it's easier there. I'm currently in Peoria, Illinois, so about an hour away from the Urbana-Champaign campus. And then Sonal, I don't know where you're located. Are you in the Illinois area, or are you out of state, out of country?
I'm in Colorado.
Colorado, okay, awesome. That's great to hear. And I see we have people from the US and outside, which is really awesome to see. I'll give about a minute or two left just for us to see where everyone's joining from, and then I will continue on. I do see people from Texas, Oklahoma City, Peoria, Illinois. That's great to see. Okay, wonderful. All right, I'm going to keep on going now. Okay, so a quick glance at our agenda for today. Since we've already kind of gotten through those introductions at the start, I'm just going to give a quick overview of the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, as well as Gies College of Business. I'm also going to go over a little bit more about Gies College of Business online programs, and then we're going to go and dive into the iMSM program. So I'll give a program overview, discuss the curriculum and content, as well as review some of those application processes and tips for our prospective learners. And then we will try to see if we have enough time at the very end of this webinar to answer any questions, but feel free to use our Q&A format during the session to get your questions answered. During the presentation, we do have my colleague Grant. He's on with us today, and he's going to be able to assist both in the chat and the Q&A. But if you do have any questions, please put those into the Q&A portion just so he can kind of navigate those a little bit easier. All right. And so a bit about the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. There are approximately 35,000 undergraduate students and 20,000 graduate students with us at the university. The University of Illinois is a land-grant institution, so we're committed to providing life-changing access to education with an affordable cost to our learners all over the globe. A few stats on the university. We are ranked the #9 public university by US News and World Report. We are a top 5 university for National Science Foundation funded research, and we have over 500,000 alumni within the university. So our alumni organizations are a really great part of the university and a huge support to you as a Gies student and alum. Specifically within Gies College of Business, we were ranked the #1 biggest business school innovation of the decade by Poets and Quants, and they also ranked us as the 2022 MBA Program of the Year. We were also ranked the #1 accountancy faculty by the BYU Accounting Faculty Research Rankings. And then we are a top 10 public undergraduate business school in the nation by US News and World Report. And then finally, I know I mentioned this a little bit in the last slide, but we actually have over 81,000 Gies Business alumni that are able to connect with you and network at our events and just with the online format that we have. I do quickly want to mention a bit more about Gies Business online programs in general. So it was built on 3 main pillars, and that's flexibility, stackability, as well as being online by design. But what do each of these really mean? So with flexibility, Gies Online is designed to really fit your learner's journey. All of our programs are 100% online, and there are no in-person commitments. So it's really flexible with its pacing and structure. With the pacing, you're able to choose from 1 to 2 courses in our 8-week terms. And then finally, we have a very flexible tuition and course structure with that. So we have the pay-as-you-go model, and with that model, essentially you're paying only for the courses that you're taking rather than a lump sum fee for the full master's degree. With Stackability, Gies Online really works to ensure that our education is accessible to all of our students. So all of our Gies credentials are stackable and able to be worked together. And there's really an option that's going to be able to fit your goals wherever you are in your learner journey. So we do offer multiple access points, and that's from 4-credit courses, the non-degree courses that we offer. We have graduate certificates as well as full master's degree programs. So this unique option really lets you test drive a course if you're not ready for a graduate certificate or a master's degree program just yet, but it really gives you that valuable skill set as well as kind of exploring your options and essentially giving you a way to kind of build your own educational path. So I'm going to touch a bit more on the stackability options in the next slide, but I do want to put that out there. And then finally, the online by design format. So we designed all of our credentials to really cater to all of our students worldwide. This really gives the ability for anyone to participate wherever you are in the world, as long as you have an internet connection, essentially. We do have a lot of our students that are traveling, whether that's for work or just in general for vacation. So this program really gives you that ability and accessibility to learn from just about anywhere. And I do want to mention that all of this is done without actually having to sacrifice the interaction and collaboration that you'd be having with peers and faculty. So we offer both the high engagement aspect, so the synchronous component, as well as an asynchronous component within our coursework. So that's done a little bit more at your own pace on your own time. And then I am going to discuss how the coursework works within each of our courses in the next few slides. And I do want to ask Sonal a really quick question. If you could explain a bit more about why you chose Gies Online and what really drew you to the iMSM program.
Yes. So one of the thing actually why I chose, it's one of these 3 pillars of our Gies school, business school, which is flexibility. And I can study and I can learn as per my convenience, whenever, wherever, uh, and how long I want to learn, how deep I want to learn. So that is the more best part of this program is flexibility. And the other was affordability. So it's definitely, I mean, ISM program had a really good tuition fee, which can be affordable, and it's not uh, restricted by the whole amount you have to pay. So you can pay by in installments, which is another perk. Yeah, and then above all this, great peers, global cohort, great experience with faculty members, easy access with them, networking opportunities. So there are so many things that I can say about this program.
That's great to hear. Thank you so much. And we're definitely going to touch on all of those different aspects within this webinar. So definitely stay put and listen to us for the next few minutes, if that's okay. So just to go a little bit more in depth on the stackability options that we offer with Gies Online. So I'm going to mention this a few times within the presentation, but we really try to work to reach the learner wherever you are within your educational journey. So this model really just shows you how each credential is able to be built into the next one. So it does start with our MOOCs, and these are massive online open courses. They're free courses that are done through the Coursera platform, and it is asynchronous. So it's done at your own time and at your own pace. These MOOCs really give you specific foundational knowledge within a skill area, and essentially they're done for free on Coursera and then can be stacked into our program. So next we have our 4 credit non-degree courses at Illinois. So each one of these are 4 credit hours, and they give you transcriptable credit from the University of Illinois. So within each of our 4 credit courses, we offer 2 MOOCs and as well as a high engagement aspect of the course. So that's done on our Canvas Blackboard platform, and then taking a 4 credit non-degree course really helps you feel out the program. So it's a great option if you want to get started and get that transcriptable credit, but you're not ready for a graduate degree certificate or master's degree just yet. So to be able to find out exactly which 2 MOOCs are going to be able to be stacked into a 4 credit course, you'd be able to go onto our website and check onto the educational offerings that we offer and look at the 4 credit courses. If you scroll down within the course description, there should be a portion that says the Coursera components, and that really gives you the information about the MOOCs that are involved in that course. So you could always get started with those free MOOCs on the Coursera platform at the start, and then join as a non-degree student to complete that synchronous component. Or you can get started as a non-degree student and automatically do the 2 Coursera MOOCs and the synchronous component at the same time. So it's really up to you how to utilize that stacking portion. Next, we do have graduate certificate credentials. So these give you mastery within those specific subject areas that we offer within our unique curriculum. We do currently have 13 different graduate certificate offerings, and they're made up of 12 credit hours each. So it really helps you start learning with us and get that transcriptable credit as well as a certificate upon completion. So you can review our graduate certificate courses and the course descriptions, and it'll give you the information, just like the Coursera information, about what are the 4 credit courses that are incorporated within that graduate certificate. I'm going to go over all of this a little bit more with just how graduate certificates are stacked into the degree programs a little bit later, but I do want to mention that all of our graduate certificates can be fully stackable into an actual degree program. So that's the IMBA, the iMSM, or the iMSA. And then a final level of stacking that we offer with both the iMSM and the iMSA, you're able to stack those degrees into the IMBA. And essentially, with this model, you can start from wherever you want and build from there, but you can earn up to even 2 master's degree with our programs. All right. And so now can you explain just a little bit more? I don't know if you've done anything with stackability just yet. Have you looked into the options for maybe stacking the iMSM into the IMBA later down the line, or still just looking towards the iMSM and completing that?
I'm still actually looking into it, but it's very interesting so that I don't need to actually repeat any of my classes again just to stack it. So it's way easier, convenient, and once I start it, I mean, I'm definitely up for it. So.
Yeah, definitely. So with the iMSM, you're able to stack those complete 36 credit hours that you'd be earning from the iMSM into the IMBA program. So essentially 50% of your courses are already completed once you're admitted into the IMBA. So a really cool idea if you're looking for both the IMBA and IMSM degree, but a lot of our students also just choose to stick with just the IMSM since it's enough for them too. I do have a quick second poll just to see what might be holding you back from pursuing a graduate education. So if you want to put into this poll either whether it's the cost, the online format that might be a little bit hard, time commitment to the program, not seeing that ROI when you're looking at online programs, and then just general difficulty. If you want to put either in the QR code or even in the chat, what's kind of maybe pushing you back from starting a graduate degree, either with Gies or just in general, we'd love to just be able to see a little bit more about that. And I'll keep it on for about a second. I do see cost. We are going to go over the cost for the iMSM as well as just general information about that as well. And then time commitment. Gotcha. And then if you put other, definitely put in the chat what else might be holding you back. We'd love to learn what else is maybe a reason why you're not pursuing it just yet. Okay, I'm going to continue on. So our graduate certificates are a really great stackable option if you're not ready for the iMSM or any of our other master's degree programs just yet. Our 13 graduate certificate options are included and made up of the IMBA, iMSM, and iMSA courses. So that's really why that stackability feature is really able to come into play here. Earning a graduate certificate gives you those 12 credit hours of University of Illinois credit, and you're going to be able to earn that transcriptable certificate upon completion. With graduate certificates, the application process is very straightforward. You're then able to just choose if you want to stack that completed graduate certificate into an iDegree or keep it standalone. So a lot of different options with that as well. And there's a lot more details on all of our different graduate certificates. If you review our website, if you go through the Explore Program section and scroll down for our different graduate certificate options, it'll give you all that information. But just to give a really quick list of all the different offerings we have, they're sorted based on general business and then accounting specific certificates. So that's the 13 that we currently offer. Now to really dive into the iMSM program, so we do want to discuss just what a management degree is and who it's really for. Essentially, this program is for individuals that are looking for that essential leadership skills as well as focusing more on management within their career. So with the iMSM program, you're going to be able to develop confidence by expanding your communication and leadership skills. You'll be able to understand and be able to discuss those new technologies, global changes, as well as those market trends. And then finally, you'll be able to apply integrative thinking as well as those problem solving skills across areas like finance, accounting, marketing, as well as operations. The iMSM degree is made up of several learner types. So we do have our non-business background individuals that are looking to develop their leadership and management base. We have our business background individuals that are kind of pivoting more into that managerial space and want to kind of enhance that skill set. And then finally, we have those highly technical backgrounds that are essentially looking just to broaden their formal business knowledge. And then lastly, I do want to mention you'll learn skills that are immediately impactful on your current career, and it's down to each weekly session that we offer. So our faculty members really focus on using project-based learning as well as group project information, group work, and case studies that are able to coordinate with our live sessions and really provide that real-world scenario for you to be able to learn from. So to go into the cost, I know a lot of people were putting that into the survey that we had. So the degree for iMSM is a total of 12,492 in tuition and fees. The program is a total of 36 credit hours. 24 of those credit hours are the core curriculum and 12 are elective courses. And then you're able to complete the iMSM in as little as 12 months, so 3 semesters, or if you need more time, you can stretch it out to 24 months. So typically, it's about a 1 to 2 year timeline to complete this program, but our graduate college actually does offer up to 5 years for you to finish the degree. So if you need to take breaks within the program, you're able to do that as well. IMSM students can expect to spend about 10 to 15 hours per week per course, and that's depending on the content familiarity of each course. So I would plan on budgeting about 25 hours per week if you're looking for that 1 year timeline to completion. So that's about like 2 courses each 8 week term, or less if you're looking for that 2 year track. So that would be about 1 course each 8 week term. And then if you see at the bottom right, we do have 5 start dates for our IMSM program. So we have a January start, a March start, May for summer, and then August and October for fall. And then I do also want to mention we have really good sample schedules on our website that kind of gives you the different scheduling options you can do for time of completion with the program. So you could definitely check that out and see what really fits more to the schedule that you're looking for. And then, so now what's your timeline been with the IMSM program? Are you looking more towards the 1 year timeline completion, 2 year, maybe expanding a bit more? How has it been looking for you?
So I started this fall. So right now I'm looking at finishing my IMSM course, um, maybe May, end of May. And if I want to stack my IMBA with that, then I can just continue studying for another year. But that's the plan.
That's awesome, and that's a really good point to mention. Once you finish the IMSM degree, you can automatically apply for the IMBA degree and get that just essentially right when you finish the IMSM, or you could go down years down the line and apply back for the IMBA. So the IMSM currently doesn't have like a time restriction to stack those credits. So a bit more about the student profile with the IMSM program. The average age for our students is currently 34 years of age with about 9 years average of work experience. There currently is no requirement for work experience with the IMSM, unlike our IMBA program that needs a 3 year minimum of full-time work experience. But this IMSM program definitely still has a more mature population with our work experience. We also have an international learner of 32% in our program, with 86 countries represented and 48 states and territories represented as well. We also have 144 Fortune 500 countries represented and a very huge alumni network that I mentioned that's going to be able to keep you in touch. With our career impact, so looking on return on investment, I'm sure a lot of you are really looking for that when you're considering a graduate degree program. So with our iMSM, as well as our other programs, we do ask our graduating students just about their experience and specifically how satisfied they are with the program. And essentially we find out exactly what the iMSM has been doing for impact to our students and their overall professional goals. So with that, there's a 42% of our students that have received a promotion, a job offer, or accepted a new position during the program. And then at a time where I think a lot of professionals maybe expect a 2% raise within a good year, Gies IMSM students tell us that they receive an average of 28% during and immediately after their IMSM degree. So this is really an instant and kind of concrete return on investment that you're able to see right out the bat from starting into the program. And then overall, 94% of our graduates felt satisfied with the program and the quality of the IMSM. And so it's really just nice to be able to see this concrete data and show that probability of what kind of specific ROI you'll be receiving with the program. So now to move into the curriculum, to earn your IMSM degree, you need to complete 36 credit hours, and that's a total of 24 core curriculum, so 6 required courses. And then there's 12 credit hours that you are able to choose from a list of elective choices, so 3 courses that you have to take. With this structure, you're able to dive into courses that you might really be interested in, and then also try some that you might not have enough knowledge in, but also get through all of these core courses that are required in the program as well. And then a really quick note about the I, we get this question quite a lot. It really just refers to the method of delivery with the program. So the I is not going to appear on your transcript or your diploma. It's going to look just like a regular residential program degree from the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. But that I really just helps us refer to that method of delivery, either for the I degrees or IMBA, IMSM, and IMSA. And so Gies College of Business is home to more than 215 full-time faculty, and that's across our accountancy, business admin, and finance fields. And then more than half of our Gies faculty are actually actively engaged in research, and that's changing how business is taught as well as how business is done. So we do have over 70 faculty members that are currently teaching in our online programs that have that industry and research expertise. And our faculty is really committed to that experiential hands-on learning while also focusing on those global perspectives since we have such a big global program. So now do you want to quickly just touch on how your experience has been with the online structure with our faculty? How's online classes been like? I know the high engagement aspect, some of our students really enjoy that engagement, and then some students feel a little bit more working on the Coursera aspect is beneficial for them. How has it been for you?
Initially, even I understand their perspective as well. Even I was scared before I signed up for this one. But it's our online platforms are very easy to navigate, and uh, they're very accessible all the time. So it's not like you're just looking at the screen and just listening or not involving. Our live sessions involve a lot of breakout sessions, team assignments, team activities, quizzes. So you actually involve with your faculty, professors, as well as your peers as well. So it's a very practical, evolving experience for me.
That's a really good way of putting it. Thank you so much. Okay, wonderful. And we do get that question just about how the online format really looks like, what that real online course is, since it is a fully online credential. So I really quickly want to share this small video that we have from one of our Gies faculty, Professor Hayden Noel. A lot of our students have a lot of positive feedback from these sessions, and it's really the best part is that it keeps that flexibility for every learner. So we give a few times in the week for you to be able to join that live session if you have that opportunity, but it's also all recorded and put on Canvas as well. So I'm going to make sure my sound works, and then I will share this.
Hello and welcome from wherever in the world you are. One thing you'll know by now is realize you are not going to be able to just sit back. Got excited.
Absolutely.
Happy. I do not believe in exams. It will be a collaborative event, something we do over time with others. And that's what we do in this class. I want you to put up your hands and tell me 2 associations from the case.
Tradition comes to mind.
Associated with a working man.
Also inexpensive and very accessible.
end my classes by saying, all of you, go out in the world and be successful.
So that's just a really quick glimpse into what these courses look like. We do also offer a lot of mock class sessions. We do have one coming up at the very end of January. So if you are interested just to spend an hour and see what those courses really look like, what that high engagement aspect is, we do have that offering in our virtual events page on our website as well. So now to go into the components of our coursework. So there's two components. The first one is our asynchronous portion. This is all done on Coursera, and it's basically your quote unquote textbook for the course. So these are those non-credit MOOCs that you'd be completing. It's done on your own time and at your own pace. So this is very fit for individuals that are looking for that career aligned training. And Coursera does offer digital certificates. You're able to audit the course for free and earn a digital certificate if you pay the monthly fee. But you will enroll through Coursera. I do want to mention though, those digital certificates from Coursera are different from our actual graduate certificate programs at the University of Illinois. So if you do get that digital certificate from Coursera, that's not able to be stacked into our programs. You'd have to go through our graduate certificate to be able to stack that into the iMSM, iMBA, or iMSA. So just to finish up, you enroll through Coursera with this. You're able to include the information from the content. So there's videos, some quizzes, assignments, as well as peer evaluations. And then you are required to complete both the asynchronous component as well as this synchronous component that I'm going to be discussing just now. So the high engagement aspect, this is the synchronous component of our course. It's all done on the Canvas Illinois platform. So essentially it's like any university Blackboard that you'd have. So with the synchronous component, you're interacting with our faculty as well as peers on a weekly basis. They're built off of those MOOCs that you're taking, and you have that ability to really dig into the content and curriculum and use that Coursera portion to apply those real world scenarios. We have weekly live sessions that are hosted by our faculty. Again, like I mentioned, they're at different times in the week just to ensure that our global learners have a reasonable time to be able to join into the course, and then it's all recorded and put on Canvas. So there's also group projects, case studies. Some of our courses do have exams, and then peer discussions and tutoring options as well within this component. And I do also want to mention our faculty provides office hours as well, essentially to ensure that they're providing that faculty support since it is a fully online structure. And then I want to mention completing both components of these are required for an Illinois course to get that transcriptable credit. And this is how all of our non-degree courses are structured, the graduate certificate courses, as well as those master's degree program courses. And then Sonal, how have you been working with the balancing Coursera and the high engagement aspect? Has it been okay for you, or have you been struggling a little bit? I know you touched on this a bit in the last slide, but does it seem pretty okay now that you've gone through some of the courses a bit more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Initially, I was actually a little bit of scared as well, like other students. But eventually, you will get to know because our all of the material is actually through Canvas, and through Canvas you can actually access all other platforms very easily. So, yeah, it just a matter of it requires so much self discipline and time management so that you can handle all of these things very well. But yeah, it's been
That's true. And I know we do offer a little bit of support. We do have, I'm going to touch on this a bit, but we have our student and academic success team that's able to kind of work with you. If you need help with your degree planning, just how those courses work, making sure that it fits with your schedule and your time commitment, they're a really good way to kind of focus through that with them and figure out what's the best fit for you. Okay, now I'm going to change gears a little bit and talk about our networking aspects. So this is a very important part of our program, and I know it's very important to a lot of people that are looking to make an impact in their career and want a program that really reflects that. So the way that we're able to support this is through two different ways. We have our college-led opportunities, and these are really optional. There are our iConnects, our immersion opportunities, as well as our annual iConverge event that we have on campus each fall. So these are just a few ways that we try to help our individuals in the program to kind of help students mingle, and we host these optionally across the nation as well as internationally. And then with student-led opportunities, there are a lot of different ways. So we have a lot of group work opportunities within the course structure itself. We also have Workplace. This is like a Facebook, LinkedIn mashup where our students are able to connect, just be able to get yourself acquainted and involved in the program even after you've been admitted, and then also you still have access to Workplace after you graduate from the program as well. We have student-led meetups. A lot of these are actually started from workplace where we have our students that are in a specific area, whether that's domestically or internationally, and they say, hey, is there someone in my area that's part of the Gies faculty or Gies student group and just wants to be able to kind of connect with me. So that is a really great way for you to gather and connect with fellow students as well. We do have our ambassador program. So this is like our students, current students and alumni like Sonal be coming in and interacting with the program. They're able to give that real-time experience and expertise with the program. So it really helps us just kind of be able to give an insight on what the courses are like from people that are actually taking the courses. And then finally, we have our IGBA, our Illinois Graduate Business Association. They're essentially like a student council for the programs and really help our students get connected with leadership and administration teams. So now I'm going to focus a little bit more on those student-led opportunities as well as the opportunities that we provide college-led. So with immersion opportunities, our iDegree students can choose either from a virtual or in-person opportunity to tackle those real business challenges worldwide while also connecting with your peers, faculty, and industry leaders. So these immersion opportunities allow for students to really engage with those cultural immersions, networking, case competition, as well as get involved in learning sessions with real actual stakeholders that are across the globe. So we usually conduct about 4 immersions a year. They're typically a week-long trip, and our activities start from Monday to Friday. So most of our students and faculty arrive the weekend before, and they're back home by the weekend after. So I think this past year in 2024, we had immersions in South Africa, Malaysia, Singapore, and we actually had a virtual immersion in Japan the past October. The capacity for these immersion opportunities usually are around 30 to 50 students, but it definitely does vary each trip as well. So immersions are a really good opportunity if you're looking to travel with the course, with the class, and work on that real life business problem and focus on those global challenges, as well as meeting those stakeholders in that area. iConverge. So this is our annual event that we host each fall. We just had it in September in the past year, and it's a 3-day networking event that we have on campus where we have speakers, we have fun activities planned, and then the Gies business students and alumni are able to basically connect and discuss professional development. So in 2024, iConverge, I think the theme was entrepreneurship, I'm pretty sure, and then the year before, 2023, was on networking. So each of the annual events that we host are usually supported by this general professional development theme, and a lot of those activities kind of reflect on that as well. And I actually got to attend my first one this year. I personally really loved it. There's cool non-businessy events as well, and you're able to kind of join in on stuff like a home football game. I loved it as a Geese staff member. Being able to see the students and connect those faces to the individuals we've been seeing on screens is really a unique experience. I don't know, Sonal, were you able to join iConverge at all? Because I know you started in fall.
Unfortunately, I wasn't
Not
able to attend, but
yet.
next
Gotcha.
I'm looking forward to that.
Wonderful. And I do want to mention again, so with iConverge, our students, even after you graduate, you still are able to join us. We love seeing our alumni as well. So it's a really cool way to just connect and network with the individuals within your cohort, as well as those previously that have graduated. So now I'm going to touch on Workplace. So this is that Facebook LinkedIn mashup platform where our current students as well as alumni are able to connect and do work on professional development online. We do have a lot of different groups within Workplace that are able to support you. So we have a career strategy workplace group. We have a Geese Online Ask Anything group. There's a lot of different ways for you to get involved and talk to the individuals in your cohort as well as alumni as well. And these are just a few different options. So you can see essentially what it looks like to be on that platform, very similar to Facebook and LinkedIn as well. And then student meetups. So this is a very unique thing that we have with Geese Online programs. It's a very big network that we have of global students in all of our iDegree programs, as well as those additional credentials like our graduate certificates and 4-credit non-degree courses. So this is a really cool way for you to get connected with your peers and alumni and be able to get that assistance to help you in your career or just your professional development in general. I do want to mention all of these opportunities. So like student meetups, the iConverge event, iConnex, as well as those immersion opportunities. These are all optional, but they're available to all of our students. And these are just a few of the different places that our students were able to connect recently. Okay. So I do want to also mention we have a lot of support. I talked about this a little bit earlier from our student and academic success team. So the SAS team, they offer a lot of details surrounding degree requirements and the policies, and then they provide a lot of information on just degree planning, whether that's through express advising. They have open office hours and then one-on-one appointments and very responsive emails. So that email support is definitely a good thing that they offer as well, answering in at least 24 hours or less. And then I don't know, Sonal, have you connected with the SAS team at all so far? Has it been a pretty decent experience for you?
Yeah, it was pretty
Awesome.
quick and very easy to access. And every time if I have any question, I just type the question and they just reply back within, I mean, 24 hours definitely, but I see the email in a couple of hours most
Yep,
of the time.
we have a lot of team members ready to support you since we have such a big iDegree group of our students as well. Okay. And now to focus on career resources as well. So this is something a lot of our prospective students are looking for when they're looking for different master's degrees and what to pursue that focuses on the skill set that they're looking for. We offer within Workplace a career strategy group. And this is a group where essentially all of our students and alumni are able to come together, do networking, job searching, as well as post those job offerings. So this is a really cool opportunity that we offer within Workplace, and you still have that access even after you graduate from the program. We offer big interviews, so this offers training courses as well as hands-on practice with mock interviews, and it's really tailored to your specific area of interest as well as your career background. We also have Handshake, and this is essentially a career campus recruiting platform that's available to all of our students at the University of Illinois. It's like a job board and career fair platform. It is designed more for our residential students and on campus, but all of our students, online students, do have access to this. You just might find the Career Strategy Workplace group, LinkedIn, and maybe some other professional job boards a little bit more helpful than this. And then we also offer VMOC. So this is essentially just a resume and career development tool that helps you improve your resume. It gives you feedback and advice on what to kind of change and alter a bit more to make it a better resume. All right, the next one that I have for you, let me clear this up really quickly. Okay, so the next poll that I have for everyone essentially is just to figure out what part of the application, if you've started one or if you've just looked at our requirements for admission, what looks most time consuming or difficult for you as you're going through. That could be the resume, personal statement or essay that you have to submit, the recommendation forms, unofficial transcripts, listing your work experience, or for our international students, the English proficiency test. So either if you want to put into the chat or put into the poll what looks a little bit more time consuming or maybe difficult, we'd love to just be able to see how we can better assist you through the process. So I'll give about like a minute or two just to be able to see what those responses are. And sometimes they don't show up really quickly, so I will wait a second or two, and if not, I will continue on. I do in the chat, I do see transcripts, so I'm going to go over all of these different things in the next slide a little bit more in depth, but if you do have any specific questions, feel free to put that into the Q&A portion and we'll be able to respond and give you all the answers for that as well. Okay, great. So the recommendation form is a big question that we have, the personal statement, work experience. I'm going to go over all of this in this next slide. Okay, so to touch on those application requirements to get into the iMSM degree. So minimum requirements for any of our master's degree programs is a bachelor's degree and a minimum of a 3.0 GPA on that 4.0 scale or equivalent. With the iMSM, we'll also need a professional resume that highlights your work experience. This really just helps us identify and review if you're a good fit for the program that you're applying to. I do want to mention for the IMBA, you would need that 3-year minimum work experience requirement, but for the IMSA and iMSM, you will not need that 3-year minimum. With academic history, we do accept unofficial transcripts during the application process, but you will need to submit your official transcript once you're admitted into the program, and that's just required by the graduate college in the first semester. And then with our international students, we will need a certificate of degree as well as mark sheets translated in English for us. The personal statement and the essay. So the personal statement is 500 words or less. It's on the interest into the program, explaining essentially how it's going to be able to help advance your career is really what we're looking for. There's also 2 to 3 short answer personal statements you have to respond to as well. And the prompts are all included in the application. You will need to provide 2 recommenders information. You provide their name and their email, and we're going to be able to send them a quick form that has about 8 to 10 questions where they're going to be able to rate you as well as answer a few couple paragraph form questions. It's not a super huge lift on their side, but I do know getting recommendations could be a bit tricky. So we try to make this super easy and a smooth process, and we reach out to them. We also give them a few days after the deadline to submit and turn that in, even if it's after the application deadline. And then for international students only, we will need our those English proficiency test scores, since it is required by the graduate college. We do have a full page that's outlining those requirements on scores, as well as some exemptions that are possible for you to be able to include if you do not want to take that test. There's also a waiver essay option. So for example, if you've worked with a company where English is the primary language, or you work with a lot of international individuals where US is one of them, this is definitely a place for you to put in that waiver essay and see if you would be able to not take that test score and just put it in the essay. There is no GRE or GMAT that's required for our program, so you do not need to submit that. And then we do offer limited scholarship opportunities with Gies College of Business. We offer the Coursera scholarship opportunity to all of our iDegree students. It is available only twice a year, so for the fall and spring terms, and it's for all of our master's degree applicants, not just iMSM. And we do offer just a limited amount of scholarships that reimburses 70% of your tuition if you're chosen for that scholarship. We also offer the Forte Fellow Award. It's only for IMBA students only, so it isn't for IMSM students. But one IMBA student per enrollment cycle is able to get up to $20,000 and cover the tuition and cost for the program. And then all degree applicants are able to apply for that Coursera scholarship after you complete a admissions application. So the link for the scholarship application and those questions are going to be found on your application status after you submit an actual complete admissions application, and it'll also be sent to you through email as well. And I do want to mention applications for the scholarship must be submitted by the deadline, and our late applications are not going to be submitted. These scholarships I mentioned are competitive, so we also do encourage students to look at external scholarship and financial assistance opportunities as well. We also offer the PAT program, the Performance-Based Admissions Track. It's a really great pathway and opportunity for our students that might not meet some of those minimum requirements, like the GPA requirement or even English proficiency requirements. So it really helps you, even if you want to just take a trial period of the program before applying as a degree student, it's a really great way to kind of get into the program and ease into there. So you'd apply the same way as you would as a degree student. For the iMSM specifically, you would take 3 courses, one at a time. They are core required courses for the iMSM program, so going through the PAT program isn't going to really affect any of those time to completion format. You still would just have to take it one at a time, and you need to earn a B or better in at least 2 of those courses and maintain a 3.0 GPA overall. And with the PAT track, you do start as a non-degree student. Then after you finish those 3 courses, we evaluate your courses, make sure that you meet those requirements with the GPA and the grades, and then you're automatically admitted into the degree track. So it's a really great opportunity for anyone that doesn't meet those requirements, but you do have a lot of professional experience to make up for it, and the PAT isn't going to show up on your transcript or your degree like that either. So it just shows that you started as a non-degree, and then you are admitted into the degree program after you complete the PAT track. So with the application review, with the admissions review, it typically takes about 2 to 3 weeks for us to review the materials, and then we're going to be able to reach out to you specifically with any missing materials. You might have a decision or an invite to interview with us. So you should receive that decision answer or the invite to interview or missing materials within the 2 to 3 weeks. And if you are looking to get started for the spring 2025 term, we do have our final deadlines to get started in March for the iMSM program as well as the IMBA. You do need to apply by 11:59 p.m. Central on Thursday, February 6th to receive that full consideration into the program for a mid-March start. If you are looking to wait for either the summer or fall terms, our applications are also open for that within the application portal, and we do have updated deadlines for those as well highlighted on our webpage. Okay, I think we've kind of gotten through a bit more, so we'll have a little bit of time for Q&A, but hopefully you were able to learn a little bit more about the iMSM program and Geese Online in general. I really hope this was able to give you a breakdown of just our flexibility and the variety of opportunities that we have for engagement with the program, as well as that innovative course structure and networking opportunities that we discussed a bit. I do want to give a big thanks to everyone that joined us to kind of figure out that next step in learning how you can get involved with the iMSM or any of our offerings. And a huge thank you to Sonal for just sharing all of your experiences. It's really very beneficial to have your insights since you have that expertise and that real-time experience with the program. So thank you so much for just sharing your experiences and giving that cool insight.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me and just giving me an opportunity to share my experience with everyone else.
Of course, and we do have about like 10 minutes left over. So if you do have a little bit of time to stay and answer any questions that students might have, prospective students might have just about the program, we'd love to hear a little bit more from you as well. And I do also want to give a really big thank you to Grant for just monitoring the chat throughout the presentation and replying to all of those questions that you all have during the webinar. If we didn't get to anything, we do have a little bit of time to answer that right now, but you can also email us at Geese Online. I'm about to give the contact information in the next slide. And I do have a really quick poll just to see essentially how you're feeling about the iMSM program after you've gone through this webinar. If we answered most of your questions, I think there were already some from the past one. But if you do have any questions, put them in the Q&A chat and we'll be able to answer those. Hopefully we were able to answer everything. And if not, let us know. Okay, I'll keep this on for about another minute and then I will go into our contact us page and also keep a little bit more information for Q&A. And I do see some that came up in the chat. Okay, so this is definitely reach out to us if you have any questions. That QR code is on the screen as well. If you want to get connected with us at a time that works better for your schedule, we'll be able to do that as well. But I'm just going to answer some of those questions in the chat while we have a little bit of time. I do see there was one about the mock interviews. Okay, great. So the mock interviews that we provide, they can help. They are geared towards advancing positions in those executive placements. The iMSM degree is really helpful for that since it is a program that really focuses on the managerial and leadership skills that you'd be providing. So mock interviews, they are tailored to that specific interest that you have, the career background that you have, and they'll be able to assist you essentially to get those executive positions that you're looking for. So it does. And then the current price of iConverge, I don't actually have the specifics for that. I can check that, and whoever is looking for that, I'll be able to follow up with you and find out exactly how much it is for us. Okay, let me check the Q&A portion, see if there are any other questions. I do see a question for you, Sonal. Someone's saying congrats. It seems like you're blasting through the program, and it looks like you're looking for that 6 to 9 month completion since you've already gotten started in the fall. Does that sound like the timeline that you have currently? I know you mentioned finishing up in the spring, at the end of the spring.
Hi, thanks, Daniel, for your comment and your question. So yeah, not in like 6 to 9 months, I would not say, but as low as it took me like 10, 11 months to complete everything. So I would say plan for a year as less as possible.
You. And that's just the timeline that Sonal has. There's also different ones. Again, the graduate college gives a total of 5 years. If you're looking to take breaks, I think you could take up even to a full semester if you need to. Since you all are working professionals, we understand life happens and you will need that break sometimes. So it definitely is a very flexible structure that we have as well. But usually our students within the iMSM program finish within that 1 to 2 year timeline.
Yeah, that is what I also wanted to mention. Like, I'm not working right now, so that is why that was case for me. But if you're working full time and you have other life apart from school and work, so yeah, consider that as well. So all
Yeah,
the best,
definitely.
everyone.
Okay, great. So I did see a question about the graduation ceremony for domestic students. So all of our students are able to actually come on campus for the ceremony if you would like. It's for our iDegree students only, and you are able to essentially come for the on-campus one, but we also have a virtual one as well if you're not looking to actually attend in person. Since the program is fully online, we offer all of those different in-person opportunities as an option. So it's not required since there are no in-person commitments with this program. We know that there are people all over the globe probably not able to join us for all of those things, but if you are looking for joining for that ceremony, you are able to. Okay. And then I do want to really quickly go back to just the slide for our application. So we do still have the March deadline for spring if you're looking to get started in March, but then we also have upcoming deadlines for summer and fall also on our webpage. And if you're admitted, is the cost subject to change or is the cost honored upon admission? So all of the tuition and fees that we have currently are the full amount that you'd have to pay. There isn't going to be any random fees or anything else coming up randomly. So yes, it would be honored upon admission with the program. And then I do see a quick question on how each course typically involves a term project and kind of examples about those. Sonal, do you have any examples from one of the courses you've taken, how the course project looks? If you could also mention about the reference form that you take at the very start to kind of navigate through those different time schedules that we have since it is a global program.
Yeah, so I can talk about those group projects. So there are some courses that they have like a multiple group projects, and there are some courses that where you have only two big group projects, and yeah, that is where you actually learn with your peers, and you will be divided into small groups, and you meet actually apart from your live sessions and then work on your assignments together. It's a great opportunity, I would say. I mean, for my first course, which was multicultural in marketing, we had one group and we are still friends. We still chat together. So it's a great opportunity for networking as well as just learning from each other.
That's a very good point. And also, I do want to mention, so with each course that you take, you start with a quick reference form where you answer all the information about the times that you're available, the days that you're available. Since we do have people from all over the globe from different time zones, we want to make sure that we're setting you up for success and making sure that your teammates are also able to have a reasonable time to meet with you. So that's a really big way for us to be able to ensure that we're giving you that content and that information in the best way possible. And essentially at each start of the course, you do that reference form to be able to make sure what times work for you. And I do see that question about total cost if the final amount includes books, projects, everything. So it should amount for the majority. If there are a few books or extra textbooks and stuff you'd have to have, it would be included in your syllabus, but the full cost should be for all tuition and fees. And I do see a good question about earning a certificate while pursuing either the iMSM or the IMBA. So with the iMSM, you are able to earn a embedded graduate certificate. You can earn up to 1, I believe, with the iMSM, and you can earn up to 2 with the IMBA program. So we do have a list of those embedded certificates and options that you're able to take within the program. Essentially, you are admitted into the program and you just have to work with our SES team to add on to your degree planning the fact that you have an embedded certificate. So I think we have about 4 or 5 options with our program that you're able to have that embedded certificate in. And if you do earn that embedded certificate, you'd get that certificate upon completion, as well as your IMBA or iMSM certificate and diploma. All right, great. I know we're getting to the very end. I want to see if there's any last questions. If not, I will go right back to this connect with us page just to reiterate the fact that we are here for you throughout the journey. If you do have any questions in the meantime, please reach out to us either through email, you can call us, use the QR code to connect with us, whatever works better for you. We are able to assist in the best way possible. And I hope this was able to be a good informative session for you. And if you do have any questions, let us know. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, everyone. Thank you all so much.